lot of times, representation of data needs to be clean. Data presentation in a table format is a convenient way. HTML allows to create tables and represent the data into them. Hi and welcome. Today we are going to learn an interesting concept, which is tables in HTML. You will be able to create the tables in HTML very easily. So what are we waiting for? Let us get started. So what exactly are these HTML tables? To create HTML tables, we use HTML table tag. HTML table tag is used to display data in tabular form, row into column. There can be many columns in a row. To create a table using the table tag, we need subtags. Let's see what are the table tags which we are going to need when creating a table. We can create a table to display data in tabular form using table element with the help of tr, td and th elements. In each table, table row is defined by tr tag, table header is defined by th, and table data is defined by td tags. By default, the text in th elements are bold and centered. By default, the text in td elements are regular and left aligned. Now here's an example of simple table. So in this example, there are 3 columns. As you know, th is used to create column heading, and there are 3 rows. Td represents the data in the table. As you can see, each row has 3 data items. In the heading, we have given style to the table. We are setting the border to 2px solid black and border collapse CSS property sets, whether cells inside a table have shared or separate borders to the tags. Now let's see the output on the browser. Great! The table has been created. First name, last name, and age are the headings of columns of the table, and rest is the data. There are 2 more fun parts in the table concept. First is HTML table, cell that spans many columns. To make a cell span more than 1 column, use the col span attribute. It allows a single table cell to span the width of more than 1 cell or column. It provides the same functionality as merge cell in a spreadsheet program like Excel. So here's an example of add many columns. In this table, we have created 2 columns. We have used the col span is equal to 2 attribute on the second column. That means we can have 2 td elements in a single column. This specifies the number of columns that the cell fills. The value must be an integer. Now let's see the output. Great! The telephone column has 2 data items. The next one is HTML table, cell that spans many rows. To make a cell span more than 1 row, use the row span attribute. Here's an example of add many rows. It is just like col span, but instead of spanning the column here, we span the row into more than 1 cell. Now let's see the output. We have given the headings horizontally, so you can understand this concept better. On the second row, we have applied the row span attribute. Now I'm pretty sure that you'd be able to create tables in HTML easily. Here's an assignment for you. Fill in the blank. I'm pretty sure you know what lists are, right? Lists are very important in our day-to-day life as well as in programming. We can create the lists using HTML. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. So what exactly are these HTML lists? HTML lists are used to specify lists of information. All lists may contain 1 or more list elements. There are 3 different types of HTML lists: order list or number list, unordered list or bulleted list, description list or definition list. Now let's see what ordered list or numbered list is. The ordered list starts with OL tag. The list items start with LI tag. The list items are marked with numbers by default. It is also known as a numbered list also. Here's an example of order list. Here we are creating an ordered list of beverages. Now let's see the output. Great. This is the ordered list. It automatically sets the numbers to the list items. Now let's move on to the next point, which is HTML unordered list or bulleted list. In the HTML unordered list, all the list items are marked with bullets. It is also known as a bulleted list. The unordered list starts with UL tag. Each list item starts with LI tag. Now, here's an example of unordered list. We are creating an unordered list and it does not have any numbers. It can have discs or circles instead of numbers. Now let's see the output. Voila! This is the ordered list that we have created. Now the next is HTML also supports description lists. A description list is a list of terms with a description of each term. DL tag defines the start of the list. DT tag defines a term. DD tags defines the term definition, description. Now here is an example of description list. Here we are creating a list as a description. Coffee and milk are the main date items that define a term with their definition. Now let's see the output. Isn't it cool? We have successfully created the definition list. Now we can nest a list inside another list. Let's see how we can do that. HTML nested list. A list within another list is termed as nested list. If you want a bullet list inside a numbered list, then such type of lists will be called a nested list. Now here's an example. The main list items are coffee, tea, and milk. But we have nested the black tea and green tea inside it. Now let's see the output. Voila! The list has been nested successfully inside another list. So now I'll give you an assignment. Make an unordered list of following: cricket, football, tennis. I'm going to see you in the next lecture. Till then, stay tuned and goodbye.